Welcome, everyone. You are about to embark on a journey through the universe as you indulge in this extraordinary essence of enlightened, empowered, evolved. Let the show begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Just in time. Greetings, everyone. I'm Luke Bryan Smith, and welcome to Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved, where we educate, motivate, and liberate you through enlightening dialogues, empowering music, and evolving content. I know everyone is doing well, and everything is unfolding perfectly. I am excited again because my next phenomenal guest is a somatic healer, integrative body worker, and intuitive guide who has spent decades helping people come home to their bodies gently, reverently, and with deep compassion. She is the founder of Soma Wise Muscle Therapy and Body Mind Coaching and creator of Soma Wise Method, a body centered transformation system that has helped hundreds of high performing, heart led individuals move beyond stress, anxiety, and chronic pain into states of mindfulness, relaxation, and deep somatic healing, and a whole lot more. But without further ado, allow me to introduce to you Carolyn Ulitsky. How are you doing, Carolyn?
Hey,
Yes. I just want to say that I'm thankful for you being here, and that I believe that time is one of our most precious assets, and want to extend my sincerest gratitude to you for being here and choosing to be here for this present moment.
thank you. Well, I'm very grateful to be here. I'm excited to
Yes,
share everything we've got. So here we go.
here we go. Let's start with this. Give us a little insight on what a somatic healer is and everything that it entails.
Okay. So Soma or somatic has been a big buzzword, I would say, in the last several years. It comes from the Latin of somatics,
Right.
inside, inner body. So Soma Wise is inner body wisdom, right? And
Okay.
a healer guides individuals to dive deep into their body and listen to the whispers of the
Mm.
pain, things that are tucked away in the body, because the body does keep score. That's from Dr. Von der Klock.
Oh,
And that
wow. The
we take,
body does keep score. Oh, I'm sorry. Sometimes you'll hear me do these outbursts, especially when I hear something that I've never heard quite put that way before. So just to try, I'm talking to myself, but out loud.
no,
Okay, go ahead, Carolyn.
what happens as human beings, we run into any kind of stress, very little stress, lots of stress, trauma, little trauma, all kinds. And as human beings, we tuck it away so that we can go keep moving forward with the hopes that we would pull it back up and finish processing it so that we gather the wisdom and it doesn't stick to our bodies. Well, like everybody else, we just keep moving forward. At some point, body goes, I don't have any more place to stuff this. And so
Wow.
we need to go explore it. And that's when usually people come to see me, is when they're in pain.
Wow, and that's amazing. And when we talked earlier, you said you articulated this something in a way where it just really piqued my interest about the body listening to itself, or how did you say it?
Inner body wisdom.
Okay.
Body's innate, the body can innately heal itself, but we need to listen.
Mm,
So it's that the somatic is body wisdom or inner body wisdom, stepping
okay.
back in and listen to what it has to offer.
Mm. Yes, and I really resonate with that because throughout my journey, I've evolved to a place where that sounds familiar to me, especially with just watching studies on placebo methods where people think that they're getting a cure-all and they're really not. They're just curing themselves.
Right.
So the only thing different that's happened is that they've convinced themselves that this is a cure, and then they've cured themselves. And then listening to and following another gentleman by the name of Greg Braden, he is really deep dived into that, into different cultures and how cultures do these meditations and heal people, and they watch things shrink in real time. It's just amazing.
It is amazing. I mean, I'm getting goosebumps if we're talking, right?
Yes.
That's been
Right.
the experience in my practice.
Right.
When people are ready to they're done. They've done everything. We need everything at the
Mm,
right time, at the right moment, right? At some
right.
point, we need to add these other pieces in. And
Right.
the biggest thing just currently is I have an individual they're on their fertility journey.
Right.
I've been on this journey with a few other families, and
Right.
I've been blessed to have that opportunity. And they're ready to walk into these places and didn't realize that they were holding stress,
Right.
right? Because stress is such a dirty word.
Yeah. Yes, it is. It doesn't even sound good.
It sounds right. Like we all have stress. I'm not saying you can't handle it, but
Right.
sometimes too much.
Yeah. Too much can
And
overload you.
that's right.
Yeah.
And actually this is a great phrase that someone came up with. Stress is the silent assassin.
Mm,
And I'm
I
like,
believe it. Yes.
oh, that's big. And it's
Yes.
really about tapping into that stress. It's that one thing that's in the back. It's the thing you don't think it is. And when you can just bring it forward and give it attention
Right.
and allow it to flow through the body,
Right.
you're done. Right.
Right.
And I have successfully worked with many women who have been in that level of stress, created the space so they can actually conceive, and they didn't realize. I had one woman just say, I didn't realize I was holding that stress.
Mm,
Right. And they
right.
were pretty ready to do IVF. And with that work of coming in, she took time off of work, did some yoga, did some acupuncture, came in to see me. And I think with all those combinations and preparing to do IVF, she
Right.
came in to see me and it was beautiful. I'm like, oh, you're pregnant? She goes, I am. I couldn't do this over the phone. I said, so you did IVF? And she looked at me, she goes, we didn't have to.
Mm,
It's the work that I was willing to do with you that allowed me to do this piece.
amazing. And thank you. That's very powerful. And just you highlighting about stress, that's not to be taken lightly because from my perspective, oftentimes we know, I think a lot of times that we have stress, but we don't know the extent to what the stress is doing to us or potentially doing to us. And stress is a major factor in many diseases. Oftentimes it's pushed to the side. Oh no, it's because you ate this. It's because that. No, I'm not saying none of that is true. And
Correct.
sorry for that outburst. I'm just,
So you're
yeah,
absolutely correct.
yeah. Not saying that's not true, but I'm that stress there it manifests in the body in different ways. I've learned to to I've become privy to that. So yes, that's amazing. So can you elaborate on you being the founder of Soma Wise Muscle Therapy and Mind Body Mind Coaching
Sure.
and the creator of the Soma Wise method? I mean, you can start with whichever one, but I want to know about these.
No.
Amazing.
Well, you know what? I had a previous life of being in corporate, right? And then that was too much. Decided to move into massage therapy. I thought that's what the end all was going to be. And did all the training beautifully here, actually at De Anza College, over here in
Okay.
Cupertino. They,
Yeah.
Dr. Foreman did a beautiful job of teaching us. We got a chance to see all kinds of people come teach the program.
Mm,
And that allowed me to just go beyond the spa massage.
mm,
There were other ways that we could actually help people. And that just led me into more training, more learning. And it's taking all those pieces that I learned and making it my own, tuning into what I notice under my hands, what I'm feeling in the energy. So that's how muscle therapy, for me, it's no longer massage therapy, it's muscle therapy. Going in,
yes.
hey, how did this happen? People come in, it hurts here. And I'm like, guess what? We'll address the pain.
Mm,
And where your experience of pain is actually not where it's rooted from.
mm,
People look at me like, what? And what I've learned over the years is that the body does a zigzag of where pain is. You'll have a snag here, but it's coming from over here. And that came from something else that you don't even know.
mm.
Right.
Wow.
It's like,
Sort of
well,
like how stress
yeah,
can.
exactly.
Yeah. All
Right.
right.
So you just go find it. And I've done that piece and the body mind coaching. I took a program that taught me that, but then I incorporated it with, okay, let's have this conversation. How was your day? When did this actually occur? It's that practice of having a conversation with a person so they can be seen, felt, and heard. They slow down enough so they can recognize it, and they don't even realize that. I don't know how this happened, but once we have this conversation, it's usually about 20 minutes. We'll get to the table. I'll start palpating, and pretty soon they'll remember. Oh yeah, I was stressed about this and I did a little tweak, but they couldn't remember at the onset when they
Right.
came in. But
Right.
as they relaxed into it, the memory of that story showed up.
Mm.
And so then we sit in that space and we just remember the story, remember what created the story,
Right.
and you can sit with it. Their stomach begins to unwind, the
Mm.
muscles start to unwind, and they can actually take this deep breath
Right.
and they just relax. And it's like, oh, wow, didn't even know that's what it was. I thought it was because I bent over or whatever or I reached out. And it's like,
Right.
was that
Right.
I tipped it over? That wasn't the thing,
No. It
right?
was just the timing right there that they thought that that was it. And not to cut
Exactly.
you off, please keep your train of thought. I just wanted to highlight this further that, you know, in my perspective, this Western culture, fast-paced life, we can forget. It is easy to forget like where something, started, some type of stress. And we're so used to taking in so much and so quickly, and yeah, we don't slow down. And that's, to me, in my perspective, that's awesome that you're first taking him to a place to relax and be able to breathe. So then you can get into what is the cause, the root cause that led to this.
Right.
No, it wasn't that movement you did. It may have accentuated it, but no, that was not it.
Right.
The root cause is in here or whatever, however you're internalizing whatever happened. So that's amazing. I
Yeah.
just want to I just wanted to highlight that because that's amazing that the work, the passion that you're doing, the work that you're doing to help people to slow down and come back and get some healing through you know more natural uh, methods instead of throwing pills. Now I'm not talking bad about medications and whatnot because I still believe that in some cases they're necessary. But if we can avoid that,
Right. That
yes,
should be our first piece, right? To reach out for that.
right,
Right. Yeah, that's where people most. I've tried everything. I've taken every test, and it's still not done. And so
right,
that we go to those pieces. It really, it's fun. It's I love how you said that because it's bringing presence to
right.
the person because even in Western medicine, they don't have time.
No,
You know, you only get like 5 or 10 minutes. It's
assembly
not
line.
yeah, it's only like a lot
Next.
for a person to do. But when they come in and they spend an hour with me, they've got my attention and they can share whatever they need to share,
Right,
right? And then we get to the table and work those pieces. And typically, it's a short visit, right? A couple visits and then they're gone. My job is not to stay in this job, right? They need to go off and do on their life. And
right,
I have clients who've been with me for 10, 12, 15 years because they'll work whatever challenge is in front of them and they know, oh my goodness, I need to go see Carolyn, right? And then we do, and there's an intense work. They get through this little challenge that they've got, and the pain's gone. They feel better. They're back in their body. So I'm on this journey with them. All I do is support and witness and allow them to bring that forward.
yes. Basically, empower them to empower themselves, and that's the type of. I'm speaking for myself. I would like to think that I'm speaking for many others that yes, I want to be empowered. I want to know how or to, figure this out, how to heal myself. And, you know, even now, still with the work that I do, I still need guidance. I never shut myself off as if just because I have experience in something that I know it all. No, you can help me see perspectives that I don't see, even though I, have read a lot and spoke with amazing people such as yourself, I still don't know, everything. So,
Exactly. It's like come with your cup empty
right,
and be prepared to be stay in curiosity, right? And that's
right.
that's all I ask of my clients when they come in. Set aside, if you can set it down for the moment that you're in here,
Mm.
and we'll do our best to get through those other pieces. Sometimes it takes a little while because we're building trust,
There
right?
you go.
Trust
There
with them,
you go.
and then they're building
Building
the
trust.
body. Yeah,
Yes.
all of that. When they can start to trust and see those little steps that they're creating by connecting in and
Right.
receiving it, they're like, I didn't even know I could be there. Right?
Right. That's amazing that you said that too, because I was speaking with a friend, an associate, not too long ago, and he had mentioned, and you'll see where I'm going with this, mentioned about my YouTube channel having 50,000 followers. So he said the way he was speaking is he wanted to get a channel and have those followers right away. And I said, do you know I've been doing this for years? And I said, and I know there's other people that just start and they'll get a million off the bat. That's not my journey. I'm thankful that it's good. I just have to focus on my journey. I can learn things from other people like, hey, how'd you do this? And maybe look, but at the same time, back to back to the point. I said it's been a journey of me building uh, trust with people, knowing that I'm just not here to be this figure of fame and money, although compensation is a part of it, but that's not my main focus. My main focus is to feed my soul and to learn and to share this with other people and get their inputs and just impact people, give people some positive dialogue, give some people some positive media to listen to. Some yeah, maybe a little spiritual in there, a little self-empowerment and personal development in there, uh, herbal natural medicine, just things like that. That's just I feel that's my purpose, and I'm finally found it at the age that I am now, which I'm not afraid to say. I'm 53. I'll be 54 this year, and yeah. So, and I'm thankful. I embrace that because I embrace the wisdom, that I've acquired and that I'm still inquiring and just being inquisitive on a daily basis. And that's part of what this podcast fulfills too. My inquisitiveness, just learning to listen and sort of quickly dissect and get at least a fairly decent amount of understanding of what you know you do, or whoever I'm speaking with does in their perspectives.
Yes.
Yes, it's just amazing.
When you said that, it's like I can feel that in my heart. It's
Yes,
building that trust. We're building relationships
right.
because our community needs that now. That is
Hmm.
so, I can't even tell you how important it is to me here
Right.
in the East Bay, creating that. Right at 58, I'm just doing it as well, right?
Right, right. No, let me say this real quick, Carolyn, and I'm pretty sure you've come across this because you seem like that you are a knowledge seeker, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of instances where I've read stories and testimonies from people that their life really didn't start until they hit like 50s and stuff. A lot of successful, I can't think of them off the bat, but a lot of successful innovators throughout history and revolutionaries
Yes.
had the success. Um, yeah,
Right. That is what I found. I can't remember them either, but there are plenty of them. I think we have to walk through all the other pieces to get to have that
yeah,
level of wisdom
yeah,
and this.
yeah, right. And that's what's exciting is like, don't put an age limit on your passion or what you decide to do. If you want to start doing something and you're 60 years old, start it, do it.
Yes, just do it because
Do
there's
it.
so there, right? There's
Right.
so much that you can offer, and
Hmm.
that's what I appreciate so much. Having people, I have people of all ages coming in, all levels of stress too,
Hmm.
and but
Right.
allowing them the space to do it. I go as well. I've had a baby on my table, right? I've I brought that
Yeah.
to. I've been honored to be part of the process in someone's ending their journey, right? And
Mhm.
so the wisdom in all of that. And there's
Right.
beauty in all of it that we don't get to see every day. And I'm
Absolutely.
privileged to do that. And I'm so excited
Yeah.
that I
I'm learning. I'm still learning to just appreciate every um, bit of life, every taste, what I perceive as negative and positive, because I'm gearing my mind to know that through whatever adversities or whatever, there's something that I need, some lesson or something that I'm being uh, pointed towards to get some nutrients from whatever it is. Not saying that every single step, like, okay, I fell down and broke my leg. Okay, well, maybe that's teaching me to pay attention. I don't know. I don't have a definition for everything that can happen in life because I know there's some people out there that will dissect that and say, no, you can't. Okay, I'm saying from my perspective that I'm learning from everything I've been through
always.
in my battles that I've fought,
Let's
and
see.
some won, I feel I've lost, but not really anymore lost because I'm here now, and I have that wisdom from what that taught me, and I'm
Right.
able to look at things instead of trying to change outside things, changing in here, the way I perceive, my next move,
Right.
and just embracing it all. And I think that's amazing. Tell us a bit about this. Okay, it says your information here. At the heart of your work is MIAA. What is that?
Okay, Mia.
Oh,
Mia.
okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Mindful, intuitive, aligned action.
Oh, there you go. I do see it with it.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's no,
Okay.
no, oh good. That's derived from Soma Wise because when I get people back in their bodies,
Hmm.
they're paying attention and they're in the present moment, they're being mindful.
Mm.
So,
Exactly.
and then you use intuitiveness, right? That's that thing that just drops in. I'm like, I got this sense. I need to do it this way. You
Right.
align with it from your heart, and then you
Right.
take action, right? And it doesn't have to be a big one, small one,
Mm.
right? So that's what I do with most people. It's funny to watch people go, but I'm in your head. So it's I release a muscle. This was yesterday. This beautiful woman came in. She goes, I'm not stressed. I'm like, well, after our conversation, there's some level of stress that runs in the background. And she goes, well, okay, is that worry? And I'm like, yeah, that's worry.
Yeah.
You
That's what
worry
that is. That's
about
what that is.
oh. So I released part of her shoulder, her neck, and her jaw. And then I went back to the spots. I'm like, what were you just thinking right now? And she
Right.
goes, oh, I was thinking about what we're doing next and how the kids are doing. I said, okay, yeah. So that tells me you're not here. You're already in the future tense. Come back. And she goes, oh, that's what mindfulness is. Just noticing you're no longer here. I'm here with you now. Right. And
Right.
so bring her back in, bring her back into her heart. Remembering to touch your feet, notice your feet, all the thoughts. I gave her a thing of, put ribbons around the thoughts, limiting beliefs, whatever the case may be, you're thinking right now. Let them drop into your heart. And then you, the adult you, stand in your heart and pull on those thoughts and bring them into the heart and let the heart embrace those thoughts. Uh,
That Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no,
I don't
it's
want to cut you off. No, I
okay.
just, and this no longer surprises me anymore when I'm speaking with someone and then there's things that have happened that day that that uh connects exactly and resonates exactly with what you just said. Like I just spoke to my wife today, okay, about a friend of hers that I said from my perspective, I can tell when she's around that she's not present. You can see her mind is turning about whatever she's going through. Can you see it? And she said, yep, I can. I said, and then she'll snap out of it for a minute, you
Right.
know, and then go back to it. And then you'll look at her, hey, everything okay? Oh no, I was just yeah, not being present. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that's something I observed and something that I can use that lesson to use
Yeah.
it for me. Like, wait a minute, man, what am I thinking about this for when I'm right here? I can't do nothing about that right now at this present moment. So focus here. And that's another reason why you hear me say uh, at the beginning of this segment that you've heard me say, I want to extend my sincerest gratitude for you deciding to be at this present moment because this is all we have is the present. Our life is a continuous unfolding of present moments. And so I can't be totally, um, to me, effective, um, what I'm trying to do with this podcast if I'm thinking about ending it, thinking about what I'm getting ready to do after I finish talking to you. I want to be totally present and really listen. Like listen. And like you said another example. When you even talk about listening, the way you said it, I can feel that. See, that means you're really attentive. You're not only hearing it here, it's not just words, but you're feeling the vibration. I'm feeling the vibration of what you're saying, of what you're articulating, what you're expressing. So that's a to me means present.
You're absolutely correct. It
Yes.
was great. Right?
Yes.
When you do that little exercise and remember to be in your feet, it was funny because when she came out of it and I got her set, she had that look of everything relaxed.
Right.
She goes, oh, that was great. And I'm like, and I barely touched her, right? It was more of
Right.
just finding out where things were and dropping her out of here.
Mm.
More the
Getting
majority
out
of
of your own way. Getting out of your own way. That's what I call it.
it. Out of the way and you're in. So Mia came up when I was writing my last book, Radical Freedom, with Jessica Hughes. And in that little piece, we were asked to write. And I'm like, oh, this is what I want to write about freedom, right?
Okay.
What's my freedom? You have to have peace in order to have freedom.
Right.
Right?
That's ultimate freedom right there.
Exactly. The peace. You're
Yeah.
like, oh,
It's not that, oh, I don't have anyone telling me what to do. That's just a little tip of the iceberg. But freedom to me is internal. It's like you
peace.
can have freedom, and I'm not trying to say to do this, but you can be incarcerated and have freedom,
Right.
or you can be locked up twice in there physically and mentally.
Yes.
And oftentimes the
Yes.
mental part is what breaks people because they're not free. But I've heard testimonies of people online that have found themselves being isolated like that, learn things, and they took a different uh, a turn, with that. They transformed. And yeah, amazing.
Yeah. And so that's where so doing this work, I just do what I do and I love what I do, right?
Right.
Being with people, but to articulate it. It is
Mm,
only now in the last couple of years that I've found the words to articulate what it is that I do.
mm,
And SomaWise, and I knew what that meant, but what else is it that I do? Mia, I bring back people into their body, mind,
right.
heart,
There you go.
full, right?
Yeah.
And they touch the intuitiveness that's in them, right?
Mm,
Spirit, God, whatever you want to call it, touches them. You can hear it if you're quiet enough,
mm,
right? And you align with that, and then you take action. You
mm.
can't be wrong. It's a hell
Amen.
yes, I'm doing it.
Now, you mentioned something, and thank you for that, by the way. But you mentioned something, and I can't unhear it. You said something about my other book. Tell us about some books that you've written and some titles, so we can guide some people to go check them out. And where are they? And tell us something.
Okay. First book was called Loving Yourself from the Inside Out.
Okay.
And
Okay.
did that in 22. Prior to that, I had 5 articles I wrote for the Body Mind magazine.
Mm,
That
okay.
was funny. And then the last one, I'll be doing another. Okay, I'm pulling them off so you can see them. Radical Freedom.
Freedom. Okay.
And I think I'm author number 93.
Okay.
Free to
So
be,
you okay, go ahead. No, I'm sorry.
free to be is the journey of inner peace.
Mm, okay. And where can you find these literary masterpieces?
Amazon, or
Okay.
you can go to my website.
Yes,
And
share that website, because that's the next thing I was going to ask you. How can people find you? Can you share us your website and whatever other links that you would like to share audibly here? Of course, I'll have your link, your website. I think you sent it to me. I know you sent it to me. It's
yeah,
going to be in the description of this segment. So when people look at it, they're listening to it on Spotify, wherever, Amazon or whatever, YouTube, they'll be able to go into the description and click that link. But while you're here, what's your website?
my website is my name, SomaWise, muscletherapy.com.
Okay, Soma Wise
M
Muscle Therapy. Oh, Soma Wise
MT,
MT
that stands for muscle therapy.
muscletherapy.com. Okay, there we go.
Perfect. And everything's on there. The books, the articles, how you can find me. Everything's there.
Amazing, amazing. Yes, yes. Before we conclude this segment, is there any lasting impressions that you would like to leave with us?
I'm just grateful that you're out there. What you offer, I'm going to cry because what you offer is an opportunity to be enlightened, to be empowered. And that just coincides with what my heart and my passion does. So thank you for
Yes.
being out there. And
Yes, and I want to give a little shout out to, I forgot, what was her name that introduced us?
Jordana,
Who?
Jordana,
Donna?
Jordana,
Oh,
Jordana.
yes, Jordana. Yeah, you had to jog my memory. Yes, Jordana. Yes, yes. Hey, Jordana. Hope you enjoyed this, but thank you for connecting me with Carolyn. Amazing. I'm sure you're going to find it amazing too. But this is an amazing segment, and yes, I love hearing what you do, and it resonates with me, and that's amazing. Helping to elevate the planet is what I call it, and just yeah, adding all we building it one brick at a time. And us being able to connect. I want to say this. It wasn't coincidental. This was unfolding. The universe orchestrated this, and this is what we were supposed to do.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So thank you very much again, Carolyn, for being here. I appreciate you bringing your incredible value and positive energy to the platform. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yes, yes. And thank you everyone for watching and or listening. I appreciate you too. You enhance this, and I'm thankful that I'm able to share this with you all. And yes, thank you. Love and appreciation to you. And be sure to hit the like button, hit the share this. Look in the description and check out Carolyn's website. Click on that link, read about her. I'll have the information in the description of this segment. And just yes, I appreciate it. Leave comments, questions, whatever. And yeah, until next time, see you soon. Love and appreciation to everyone. Enlightened, empowered, evolved.